your style. Grips on your ways from way back way. You know that I don't play. Streets not safe, but I never run away, even when I'm away. OT, OT, there's never much love when we go OT. I pray.
So I'm going to begin by filling in her brows, and since her hair is like a silverish color right now, I'm going to be using both the blonde and the taupe duos in the ABH Brow Pro palette, and I'm just going to be filling in her brows. And the brush that I'm using is just a Revlon brush that I got from Walmart, and the other one is an Anastasia brush, the one I have in my left hand, and I just used that to brush out her brows because I like the spoolie side, but I don't really like the brush side. Okay, and here I'm just going to carve out her brows, and I'm just using the LA Girl Pro HD Concealer in the color Natural and a flat brush from Sigma. And this is just going to clean up her brows and make it look like she plucked, even though I think she had already did it. But this gives a higher effect on the brow and makes the eyeshadow look even cleaner. Now I'm going to be priming her eyes with my favorite primer for the eyes, which is the Urban Decay Eden Primer Potion, and I'm just going to be blending that in with the same brush and tapping it in with my fingers to blend in the creases. Now I'm just going to moisturize her face with the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream, and I'm just going to put that all over her face. And after that, I'm going to go in with an eye cream, and this is just the Origins eye cream, and this is going to help hydrate her under eyes so there won't be too many creases once we apply concealer and powder. We are going to be working with glitter, so I'm going to apply some shadow shields, and I got these on Beautylish, I think, but I think they sell them at Walmart now, and this can also help create a sharp line on the outer edge of the brow, which is why I'm lining it up with the outer part of her eye to the outer part of her brow. And then I'm just going to get the color, I think it was Tawny, from the Lorac Mega Pro 2 palette, and I'm just going to be placing this in her crease with the Sigma E40. And I'm just going to be placing as much as I see needed, and I place quite a lot because her eyelids are so light, and she also has very large eyelids, so it's better to put more so it can show up. Now I'm going in with the color Burlap, which is a brown that's a bit darker than the previous one, and I'm just going to be placing this over the other brown to give it a bit more dimension. Now mixing the color Saddle and Cabernet, I'm going to use this on her outer V and just placing it with the Sigma, I think it's an E35, and we're just going to take this from the outer V into her crease and just be blending and put as much as you want. It depends on how smoky you want her eye, and I'm not going with too smoky, but we do want it to be a bit darker than any of my other usual looks. Now I'm gonna go in and use the NYX glitter glue to have the glitter something to stick on, and I'm just placing this with a little brush and tapping it with my fingers to get it tacky. And then I'm going in with the glitter, which is a pressed glitter in the color Rose Gold from Glitter Injections. And these are a bit easier to work with because the glitter is already kind of stuck together, if that makes sense. It's not like all loose and it doesn't fall all over the place, so it's not as messy. So this might be something beginners would like because it won't be falling all over your face. And we're just going to be placing this as like a little bit farther into her outer V, but not too much. And the clip of me doing her liner, lashes, and primer got deleted somehow, so the liner is Ingot 77, lashes are Shining Star by Becca Champagne, and the primer is Makeup Forever Smoothing Primer. Okay, on her face, I didn't actually use this. I did use a Too Faced Born This Way in the color Natural Beige, but I mixed it with Makeup Forever HD number 117, the original formula. But since I just ran out of it and I threw it out, I wanted to show you another alternative, which was the same Too Faced foundation, but mixing it with the NYX Manic Panic. It's like a foundation lightener, and it works exactly the same. It's just a bit more inexpensive, and I heard it from Kathleen Lights, and I absolutely love it for any of you makeup artists out there that are constantly mixing foundations. Okay, so now I'm correcting her under eyes with the Becca Under Eye Corrector, and I'm just blending it in with the Beauty Blender, and now I'm going to conceal. In one of these concealers, I'm using it under her eyes and the others to contour, and the one under her eyes is in the color Natural. and I'm just going to apply this in like an upside down triangle. And then I'm applying the color Fawn to her contours of her face. And I just want to apply a little bit of this because this is super pigmented, and you'll see later. And it blends out to a really dark color, so you don't want to apply too much. And I'm just going to be blending it in with the stippling brush from Morphe. And this is going to look very dramatic at first, but as you keep watching, you'll see that I'm going to blend it out with something else. Now I'm going to take some of the leftover foundation and place it wherever I put the contour color, and this is just going to help it look more natural and more blended into her skin. Make sure I blend out the concealer from under her eyes and make it blend into the rest of her skin tone. So now I just want to get rid of the creases from under her eyes to prepare them for the baking powder, and I'm going to use the RCMA No Color powder. And this powder is actually harder to work with than the Laura Mercier because if you leave this one on for too long of a time, it could turn white. So I'm going to take it off right after I apply this concealer. But to be honest, it gives the exact same effect as the Laura Mercier one. You just have to be a bit more careful with this one. With that same powder, I'm just going to be setting her whole face with a Morphe brush from the Elite collection. And this is just going to help the bronzer and the blush and everything else go on more smoothly. I would never go in with just bronzer or anything without setting her face because it would just look patchy. And here I'm just using the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion in the color 25i, I think. And I'm just going to be bronzing her temples, her forehead, and wherever I put that contour cream color. Now I'm going to contour her face with the color Medium Cocoa from the Light Too Faced Cocoa Contour Palette. And I'm just using a contour brush from Sigma and contouring right underneath where I bronzed. And for blush, I'm using my Morphe E4 brush, and I'm just going to be using the blush from MAC in the color Gentle. And now I'm highlighting her cheekbones with Champagne Pop, and I'm going to use a bit more highlighter because I really want her cheeks to be glowy. And I'm just placing this on her nose and on the bridge of her nose, as well as her upper lip, to give her lip a fuller effect. Now I'm going to be baking underneath her contour just to give it a more sharp look. And this is also going to clean it up if you have like a crooked line or anything. This helps a lot to make your face look more structured. Okay, for her under eyes, I'm just going to use the same crease colors, which was Tawny and Burlap. And I'm just going to be placing this under her eyes and just keep smoking it out and blending it with a different clean brush just as much as I want, as much as I think would look good. And I just keep doing that back and forth. And now I'm dusting off the powder from underneath her cheekbones. And I'm going to use my other powder brush just to blend it in. Now I'm just going to go in with the color Goji. and put it under her eyes to give it a more warm look. And then just blend with my brush and keep blending. Blending is key if you want a good smoky look. And I'm just going in with the Maybelline waterproof gel pencil in the color Glazed Toffee because her eyes are green and I think the color brown look makes them pop a lot. And I'm just gonna go in with mascara and blend in her real lashes with her fake lashes, and I also put some on her bottom lashes to make her eyes look bigger. I already applied a lip liner to all of her lips, which is MAC's Edge to Edge, and now I'm just going over with Colourpop's Ultra Matte Liquid Lipstick in the color Trap, applying it with the brush so it won't look too gray. And I'm just going to be mixing these two colors. You're going to see I'm going to go back in with a lip liner to blend it in. And if you mess up, you can just go in with some concealer and clean up the lip. And to set her face, I'm going to be using the new Gerard Cosmetics setting spray in the peach scent and just spraying it all over her face.
One more time, one more time, one more time, I go.